Let's go ahead and get started. Now, do you have any questions, like from the last time?
No, just that I emailed you, that ones. Do you recall them? I don't
Yes,
know.
I do. I do. Let me bring this up. Tell me if you see this.
Yes.
Okay. This is the case that Aisha sent. And
Okay.
these are the questions that you sent.
Okay.
Now, what do you want to start with? The case or the
Let
questions?
whatever you prefer.
Um, let's start with the case since that's first.
Okay. Okay.
So she's going to have to see this as a video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a 33-year-old female who is like complaining of mild stomach pain, which turns into gastritis and constipation, which leads to hemorrhoids. Okay, so
Okay.
33
Mm-hmm.
years old, female. Whenever
Mm-hmm.
she has gastritis, she has sore throat.
Okay.
Sometimes, along with the gastritis, she develops headache on the forehead. Are you seeing any patterns here?
Heat in the stomach. One of them.
So that would create the gastritis, which is an inflammation, and the constipation, which could be the heat, could be drying up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's some heat. Anything else? Sore throat?
Uh, mm, he, I can think about the headache first, like liver.
So it's a headache on the forehead here. Liver is going to be headache on the
Mm.
side of the head. So what
Yes.
type of headache is in the forehead?
Mm. I know the meridian would be the rain, right? Rain meridian. No, do meridian because the rain stops here and then do comes up to here. Yeah, exactly. So do meridian. Yeah.
Okay, so the due meridian's coming up. For a forehead headache is usually associated with yang ming meridians, stomach and large intestine.
Mm-hmm.
So we see a connection there. Stomach pain,
Yes.
sore throat is another area of
Mm-hmm.
the large intestine is controlling the throat area
Mm-hmm.
and the breathing through the throat. So, and then headaches
Yes.
here. So the pattern is yang ming. Yang ming headache, stomach and sore throat, two areas of stomach and large intestine, which are the two meridians of yang ming.
Yes. And the hemorrhoids, large intestine as well.
Um, the hemorrhoids, that's a function of the gastritis and the constipation.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what type of job she has, or maybe if she's had a pregnancy recently. We haven't read that far yet.
Oh, yes. She had a surgery. No?
Okay, and in 2018, she had a surgery for fibroid in uterus. Okay, there we go. We're starting to see a connection here, which was very fast growing fibroid. Then after 2 years, she started developing fibroids again. What it was managed with Western medicine and cured. She is married for 7 years and does not have a child. In 2019, she has a miscarriage of 2 months. Since then, her menstruation is disturbed. Okay, here we go. In order to get those hemorrhoids connected to the gastritis and the large intestine and the stomach, it's going to take something to do with the menstruation. So there we see it. We see the menstruation disturbed. Okay, so there we see it. I was expecting something to do with the menstruation, which is usually disturbing the fluids in the lower abdomen and can create hemorrhoids just from the menstruation. So her cycle has become 45 to 48 days, which was 32 days previously. So her cycle is disturbed. She gets only 2 days of
Yes.
bleeding with clots. She is hyperactive and short-tempered by nature. Whew.
Okay. Wow. We have liver spleen.
Yes,
I think.
yes.
So I think, yeah, the she has a Shue problem because of the 2 day problems is deficiency probably.
So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Do you see the colors that she answered here? Sky blue. See if I got baby pink. Do I got
You
baby
get the
pink?
color stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
and the green. Let's get the green in here. Green. Okay, so even though it seems really confusing what's going on here, right? With the hemorrhoids and the gastritis and the stomach pain, constipation, the menstruation being disturbed, the miscarriage, short-tempered, hyperactive. It seems really crazy, right? But
Yes.
then these three colors are going to bring it all together. These three colors make it very simple to see the pattern in the spherical flow. Are you ready?
Okay.
Remember, sky blue, pink, and green. So I'm going to go to a different screen here. Where is that screen? Where's that screen? I don't see it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, that's why it's not there. There it is. Okay, let's try this again. Screen share. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go back to here. And so right here, see that pink gallbladder? See the light blue, the sky blue, and the green.
Spleen, liver. Oh, wow.
See that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we start here at the pink, the gallbladder. Gallbladder will flow to the sky blue, and then the pink and the sky blue flow to the red, and then the red flows to the green. Okay. These will flow to the stomach. Starting to see that connection to the stomach?
Yes.
Spleen flows to the large intestine. Okay. So the symptoms are showing up in the large intestine and the stomach. You kind of see them as polar opposites there. Okay, so she says, what do you want? And she says, sky blue. Now, if it's something she wants, it's something she needs. It's something her body is wanting. It's probably deficient because she's wanting it. So we can say,
Mhm.
okay, spleen is deficient. And if spleen is deficient, it's something that she needs. Why does she need it? Well, she's short-tempered. She has some headaches in the face area, and she
Mhm.
has some heat. Okay, so we're looking at the heart. There's some heat flowing around here, so we're looking at the heart. So she needs sky blue, and the sky blue is feeding into the heart. So she wants heart energy. She needs heat. She's developing heat. She's hyperactive. She
Mhm.
is short-tempered by nature. And so the heart is becoming active. She mentioned pink, sky blue, and green, which are meridians around the heart. So she didn't actually say the heart specifically, but she's showing this pattern around the heart. She wants green. She feels like she needs to be a green person. But the heart is getting in the way. That heart fire is getting in the way. And so are you following me on this?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So what she feels is the pink. She feels good pink energy. She wants the sky blue. So we can basically say that the gallbladder is feeding the heart, but the spleen is not really nourishing it with spleen energy, with spleen nutritive substance. She feels the pink, which is that gallbladder feeding into the heart. But that spleen nutritive energy is not calming the heart. That spleen is very important to calm down the heart, to give that nutritive energy and balance it, relax it. So the heart is hyperactive because the spleen is not doing its job. Now the spleen should also be feeding the large intestine. So there's going to be some throat problems. There's going to be some dryness because the spleen has nutritive substance which will carry the fluids of the body. So the spleen, the yin substances are weak, which would be the kidney, which is going to affect the hemorrhoids. The liver is weak. It's not the chi energy is not flowing well through the body. And then this heat can be rising up to the forehead. It might be yang ming, a headache, yang ming. It might also be heart heat coming up to the forehead. So if we have heart heat, which is directly going into the stomach right here, then we're going to see some gastritis. We're going to see some heat in the stomach meridian. So we can see the pattern forming right here in a certain area of the spherical model. It starts at gallbladder, which flows to the spleen and heart. And then the heart works with the liver to nourish the stomach. So just in those particular meridians, we can see the symptoms of what's going on. And the colors confirm that because she chose colors within this pattern. Like the headache can stem from the heart. The hyperactivity can stem from the heart. Short-tempered, which means she's got heat that wants to express. She wants the spleen, so we can see the spleen is weak. So now we think, is there a blockage? And if there is a blockage,
Yes.
which meridian is being blocked?
Heart by spleen.
So where would you put that block? Between heart and spleen?
Yes.
So you would say the spleen is being blocked?
No. Heart is being blocked.
Is it being blocked so that it can't flow to the stomach or that it can't flow to the liver?
Um, can flow to the liver.
So the heart energy is being directed primarily to the stomach.
That's why stomach is in excess.
And that's why we see yin deficiency. Spleen and liver and kidney are all weak. Miscarriage, hemorrhoids, heat, a long menstruation period. The yin is weak because the yin substances really drive the menstruation. Those meridians come up from the foot, and the nutritional part of the menstruation cycle is the key. So it's that liver, spleen, and kidney. So we can see in this case that liver, spleen, and kidney are deficient. We don't know the pulses. We don't know what's going on with her pulses. We don't know how she eats. We don't know what kind of stress she has, but something is consuming her yin substances. The foot yin, kidney, spleen, and liver. You know, over here, the opposite side, here's the kidney over here. But the kidney, see if we can bring these around. Can you see the kidney down there at the bottom?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So the kidney is going to be opposite heart, but the kidney, spleen, and liver all form the foot yin meridians. And as a group, they form one triangle. The foot yin meridians are one component to build this spherical model. There's the foot yang, and then there's the hand yin and the hand yang. So those four groups are each triangles, and they come together to form this. So one of those triangles, the foot yin, is deficient, and it's leading to an excess of yang, creating inflammations, creating a headache, creating sore throats. We don't know what kind of sore throat, but we're going to try and guess here that it's a sore throat created by heat, agitation, maybe acid from the stomach, which is another form of heat rising from the stomach. So all that excess yang is affecting, see if I can bring this in here. The heart is like the most yang, and that excess yang is affecting the stomach right here. Because these spleen and liver are deficient and not helping the stomach calm down, cooling down the stomach, balancing the stomach, giving it some yin energy that the heat can actually use. Well, the heat goes in there, consumes the yin substances, and continues to consume yin substances, but then the yin substances are weak, but the heat still continues to consume them, and then the yin gets more and more deficient. So the heart needs to be calmed down. how do we do that? Well, we got to find a way to tonify these yin meridians, kidney, liver, and spleen. That's how we're going to have to do it in this case. And you can see that pretty clearly on the spherical model here, that she chose colors. This, what color does she want? Blue. I want blue. I need blue. Give me blue. And then she feels like she's a green person, but she's not feeling very good. So as a green person, she's kind of deficient. As herself, the green is deficient. When we balance the yin, the foot yin meridians, kidney, spleen, and liver, when we balance those together, she's going to feel a lot better. That liver personality that she wants to be is going to flow better. Right now, it's being blocked up there in the heart heat and coming out too fast and explosively. She's short-tempered. There's too much heat in the body. Have to bring that down and settle down that heat into the blood. So the blood needs to develop more nutrition. She's weak in blood. So and that when the blood is strong or nourished, that heart heat has a place to sit down and relax and function better. When in combination with the blood, the heart heat can function better. It functions normally. But when that heart heat has to function without liver, it gets agitated and becomes crazy heart heat, like it's nature. But you bring it in with the liver, and you say, okay, this is the way the heart will function now in balance with other archetypes, other meridians in the sphere that is the structure which is creating life. So let's go ahead and say that we want to figure out where is the blockage. Think about this.
Would you repeat the questions and the colors? The colors I know, but the questions.
You want to go back to the, okay, what do you want? Sky
What do you
blue.
want?
Sky
Okay.
blue.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel? Usually I would ask the question, what do you fear? But I think she wrote down, what do you feel? And she said pink, which is the gallbladder. Pink.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last question she asked was, who are you? Am I getting that right? Who are you? No, yeah, what color are you? The answer was green. Okay.
Okay, so
So now think of this. When we want to unblock a meridian, we have to think of it as a dam in a river, right? A dam in a river, the river flows to the blockage and begins to accumulate. And on the other side of that dam, the water is not flowing to the other side of that dam. So if we can lift up that dam, then all that water behind it will flow. So we just have to figure out now, where in this pattern is there excess? And that's on the backside of the dam. That's where the water is accumulating in the dam. So where do we see excess chi energy?
Gallbladder.
Okay, follow it along. Gallbladder. Do we see an excess in spleen?
Mm, no.
No. Do we see an excess in heart?
Yes.
Okay. Do we see an excess in liver?
No.
Do we see an excess in stomach?
Yes.
Do we see an excess in lung or bladder?
In the case she mentioned something about her skin or not?
Let's see, it was sore throat, hemorrhoids, gastritis, fever, long menstruation. No,
No, nothing in the skin.
nothing in the skin.
Okay. No, I don't think lungs.
Okay. Where do we want energy? If we see the excess,
Uh,
we see the excess in the,
spleen and spleen and liver.
we want the energy in the spleen and liver, and there's this excess in the heart
Mhm.
that's attacking the stomach. But we want that heart energy to flow down into the liver and the spleen. How are we going to do that?
Sedating heart to send the energy to, and then needling liver and spleen, heart.
So if we go back to that first class we had about unblocking something,
Uh-huh.
here's the formula. We want to unblock heart. We got this excess heat in here, so we want to unblock heart. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to say that she feels a lot of pink, but she doesn't feel a lot of blue. So this pink is flowing over here to the heart. Okay. So we see this excess, like you were saying, gallbladder and heart. We see this excess. It's like fire energy, but it needs to flow down into the liver, into this cycle here. So the small intestine down below, see that?
Mm-hmm.
So this particular cycle is not functioning properly. It doesn't have good flow of energy because the heart is blocked. Okay. So then the first point we're going to use is from the small intestine to complement the heart. So remember that the formula, you first choose a meridian that's a complement to what's blocked. So we're going to do some points, a point or two on the small intestine. And then we do a point on where we want the energy to go, liver. So we're going to do a point or two in the liver, maybe liver 2 for liver heat, maybe, or something that's going to just nourish the liver, but something that's going to connect the liver to the heart. Okay, so first, points on the small intestine, which is a complement to the heart. We can see by that line. Then we needle the meridian where we want the energy to go, liver. And then we come back to on the other side of the blockage, the gallbladder. So we're going to do a needling on the gallbladder, which is going to set up that potential to want to connect the gallbladder to the liver. And once we set up that potential to get that energy to move to the liver, small intestine area, then we needle the heart. And we in such a way that it will release that energy towards the liver, not towards the stomach. So that's the basic pattern. Is in this case, we want that heart heat to flow into the liver. Is the liver prepared to receive it? The liver needs to.
Yes.
The liver needs to receive
Yes.
it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
At the same time, just to keep the liver balanced on this, I would also suggest checking out the San Jiao, just to make sure that the San Jiao is feeding correctly into the liver. She is the liver. She says, "Who are you?" She says, "I'm the green." Okay, so it's very important now to nourish the green. And the two meridians that are feeding the liver, this green energy, are heart and San Jiao. So we're going to take care of the heart. We're going to unblock the heart. But at the same time, the San Jiao needs to flow to balance out the menstruation, to balance out the emotions, to get some things back into balance. As just to make sure that the San Jiao is flowing. So as we needle the heart, we're also going to needle the San Jiao. Connecting to the wood element, which is the gallbladder to the liver. Okay. So let's summarize this. We start by doing the small intestine, complementing the heart. Then we needle the liver, which is where we want the energy to go. Then we come back and needle the gallbladder, which is going to set up that potential for the energy to move towards the liver. And then to unblock the qi, we needle the heart and the San Jiao, and the liver is waiting for that qi. And then once that energy flows into the liver, then that liver will start to nourish the other foot yin meridians of spleen and kidney.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's that liver that needs the energy. And you may not see that. You may not see that if you're just trying to figure out how to needle this thing. You're thinking, well, we should do maybe stomach heat. Or maybe we should needle something like large intestine for the sore throat, right?
Right.
But when you really see the pattern of what's going on here, you can see what's ultimately going to heal the situation. If you just try and do stomach heat and maybe a point on the large intestine for the throat, it's okay. You'll do something, but you're not going to actually cure the problem. The problem is in those foot yin meridians. The problem is in those foot yin meridians. So you have to find a way to get that energy into the foot yin meridians. Feed them, give them the heat, give them the power to recuperate. And then that's going to, once you have a strong liver, that's going to help the stomach heat. This liver,
Mm-hmm.
this liver is mediating the heat from the heart into the stomach. So you have to have this liver mediating that heart heat in the stomach. So you've got to redirect that heat from the heart into the liver and keep the liver protected by needling something on the sanjiao. And you see the whole pattern here. It may look like this is so different from what you see in 5-element theory,
Yes.
because you're not specifically seeing how specific meridians interact. But here you can actually see how specific meridians are interacting. And you can actually determine the meridian that needs help. And the big clue is, the question is, what color are you? Right? And the client says green. And at that point, you're like thinking, okay, if we have to make sure green is strong for her to feel, so that she feels like she is herself, we have to make sure the green is strong. And from all of the symptoms that we saw, we can see liver is not being nourished. That green is not being nourished. And we realize now that if we can get liver to be strong, all of the other symptoms will start to diminish.
Yes.
So instead of treating the symptoms, now we're treating the person. We're treating the whole person. And that's what the spherical model helps us to do. It helps us saying, you really want to cure this? Go bring all that energy right there into the liver. Boom. And she's gonna feel a lot better.